Okay, 225, I know this is going to feel like a trip down memory lane all the way back to kindergarten. And what I really think the point of going over these and why, honestly, and why this is in the text is because they are so big we can't see them anymore because we through years of other academia, we through years of like work and etc., have been taught not to think about colors anymore. Everything should just be in the background. We should focus on whatever task it is in front of us. And that in itself is kind of not the point of photography. It is to reawaken some of those senses that we have, frankly, maybe even long since forgotten about. So a couple things I do here want to take a moment to draw your attention to in chapter 14 is the primary colors. This is on page 236, just so it's easier for some of you with Vital Source anyway to follow along with. Primary colors, yellow, blue, and red. The secondary colors are mixtures of the primaries. So we would get things like orange, green, and violet, otherwise known as purple. Complementary colors are opposite to each other on the color wheel. So, excuse me, you want to be cautious with complementary colors. They are colors, again, which are opposite on the color wheel. They sort of kind of wear your viewer out just a little bit. The idea here is that they kind of cause like eye strain, your eyes to tire. So use those in small doses. Analogous colors sit next to each other on the color wheel. So think about yellow and green. Think about things like orange and red. Also, while you're doing those considerations, think of things like colorblind combinations. Those can also be, it's a small portion of your audience that is going to suffer from those kinds of colorblind combinations. This guy. But they are something that you should be aware of. Moving on, we have the idea of triadic colors. These are three colors with equidistant, essentially equidistant blocks of colors in between them on the color wheel. So I know in a previous video I mentioned the popularity of orange and teal. You can see it behind me here with triadic colors. You can see that maroon and teal, you can see that in a lot of modern web design and certainly a lot of print design that you might see, those colors. So those are triadic colors, and it's triad because they are equidistant in three parts on the color wheel. Take a look here at split, tetradic, and monochromatic. I think just being able to name them will provide you with a way of starting to develop your eye in a way that makes you see like a camera sees. And I know that that is in our DCP textbook, and we'll talk about it later this week. But thinking about colors, thinking about how those colors interact, and thinking about colors in a way that your camera will see them starts to get you to think about thinking about colors in a way that your audience is going to see them, and that changes the way that you act as a photographer.